Live from New York, it's Ask These Engineers.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Ask Engineers. Today, it's twice the engineer for the same price. It's me, Lady Ada, the engineer. Also with me is Sophi Kravitz from Hackaday, who runs the Hackaday Prize and is also an electrical engineer in her own right. Computer engineer.
Electrical
engineer, sorry.
Yep.
Computer. I was like, oh shit, I forgot what major she was in. And also Mr. Lady Ada, who's not an engineer, but it's okay. We forgive him for that. He is allowed to hang out with us.
I press these buttons and sometimes stuff comes up on the screen.
Ooh, good work.
That's my main job.
Using electrons. Yeah. We're broadcasting from the Adafruit factory in downtown Manhattan. We've got all these warehouse boxes behind us, so you know it's live, and we're on Ustream and YouTube, and we've got an exciting show with tons of news.
Yeah.
And also, of course, Sophie, tell them what's on today's show.
Okay, on today's show, of course, it's going to be all about Hackaday and more. Our special guest surprise is the discount.
The discount is a prize.
No, the code is had prize 10% off all the way up till 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, except for things like gift certificates and software. We're going to talk about the show and tell. We had a lot of people. We'll go over those pretty fast, maybe high-level stuff because we want to get to things pretty quickly. We're going to talk about, like I said, Hackaday and Hackaday Prize. Pack the Mailbag's going to stop by later. Adafruit Jobs Board. Some big, amazing news in the world of open source hardware and Arduino. It's not such a secret anymore. Adafruit Learning System tutorials from learn.adafruit.com. We brought our comic book series back. It is back. We have it back. This is neat. Time travel. Look back in the world of makers, hackers, artists, scientists, engineers, all sorts of neat stuff. Wearables, 3D printing, some Raspberry Pi stuff. We're going to have new products. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to have a trivia question, all that and more on, you got it, Asking Engineers, plural, tonight. Working out. Okay, all right. Well, first off, welcome to the show, Sophie. This is great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
for
is fun.
having me.
We just hung out not too long ago in New York in the Hackaday meetup thing.
Yep, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then you were just at Maker Faire. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yep.
Right. Wow. You've been traveling around.
Yeah, for about the last 3 weeks.
She's like, I'm so tired of airports.
Yeah. So pay some bills. The HAD prize is code. HAD prize all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We still take Bitcoin. The Hackaday store takes Bitcoin.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
You guys are a Shopify store, so it's actually pretty easy to add Bitcoin support. Yeah. So it's working out. I think for us, so we were at peak, and then Bitcoin, the value went down, so not as many orders. But as of yesterday, the New York Stock Exchange has a Bitcoin index. So they're trying to legitimize it. So I think the value of it will go up again. So anyways, I mean, it was neat.
Spend your Bitcoins with us.
Well, I saw someone tweet that they said they mined, not like in the ground, but they mined some Bitcoin using an Adafruit tutorial, and then they went to the Hackaday store and bought the Adafruit trinket, the Hackaday trinket version. Yeah, I thought that was neat. Yeah, it's cool. So, anyways, the specials that we have going on are still UPS ground $200 or more. And that's UPS ground in the continental U.S. Show and tell. Lady Ada, we do the show and tell every single week. It's coming up on like 3 years of doing this, of the show and tell. People around the world show and share their projects, retro tech, pretty much anything. We were talking before the show. I think it'd be cool to try to do a show and tell like thing for Hackaday.
Yeah. You said.
Yeah.
Right before you told me how difficult it was to do.
No,
it's no pain.
I told you how terrible it is and complicated it is.
And then you're like, you should do that.
But you should totally do this.
Yeah, that's really convincing. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it's when people have a kid and they're like, oh my God, like this kid, and they're like, well, no, you should totally be a parent.
Right. And then you're like,
yeah. So anyways, I think if you did...
I think it would be cool to do it for the Hackaday prize entries.
Yeah.
Like show and tell.
It's tough to use the videos.
It's tough to coordinate, but I think if you can get it together, it's the most fun we have every half an hour, because people around the world are like, here's something I made and I just want to show it to you.
It was definitely fun to watch.
Yeah. Okay, Lady, who was on the show and tell?
Okay, we had a super ultra mega packed show and tell. We had like 11 people, starting off with Tony DeCola from Adafruit Northwest, who is celebrating, tonight is the last David Letterman show tonight. And so apparently for the last couple decades, he's been doing a segment called Crash Cam, where he crashes remote controlled objects into glassware and chairs and people and dogs or something. So Tony made his own crash cam using a mini quadcopter and a bunch of cups, and he took video of the event. Also, there's video coming from the quadcopter that he'll post later. So we'll send off Letterman in style. Noe and Pedro from Adafruit Southeast showed off a couple updates. They updated the Pocket Pi Girl, which is a video we will show later on today, which have 4 buttons by popular request. You can build it with 2 or 4 buttons. Also added added USB output and a clip to the Apple Watch portable charger project. So now you have a portable charger that can charge your phone and or your Apple Watch at the same time. We also had Virgil came in, and he's building a project for his 5-year-old granddaughter. He was going to build her tiara, but then he decided instead to make a twinkling daffodil bunch using trinkets and neopixels. So he's bought beautiful little twinkling daffodils, and daffodils are in season. Aiden came by with more soft robotics. This time he's adding tendons using micro servos and little cables. He is turning his soft robotics into not just a pneumatic system, but also like a cabled tendon system. So he's maybe going to make some sort of landing gear for a quadcopter. Noah came by and showed that he has taken a TI-84 Plus calculator, the same calculator that you used in grade school, and like it still is used in grade school somehow. And he hooked it up to an Arduino Micro and a 2.2-inch TFT to allow the graphing calculator to draw onto this like really high-resolution screen. Much higher resolution than the screen of the TI-84, which is probably like 50 pixels by 50 pixels. Ridiculous. Also, he made a fractal sponge out of business cards. Greg is showing off a project in progress. He plays Airsoft and he wants to track his Airsoft player team. So he's using a Raspberry Pi in a weatherproof box with a GPS and a bunch of XBs, and he wants to create an XB mesh network to track people in the field. And right now the hardest problem he has is how to map them. He has to get mapping software. Robert and 2 friends are making a Arduino plus Yun plus Internet of Things plus arcade button box for Robert's nonverbal autistic brother, who needs to signal when he needs stuff. And so he made this box where there's these big buttons with signals like I'm hungry, or I'd like to get dressed, or I'd like to take a shower, or whatever. And so his brother can press those buttons and they'll send a text message to his caretaker, or mother, so no matter where the caretaker is, they'll know that Dustin, his name, needs something. So it's a really cool project, also on Indiegogo, so check that out. Kit came by with a in-progress tricorder project. He's making a tricorder using like an Arduino and like a display, and he's got sound effects, and he's going to go where no kit has ever gone before. AJ, another kit, AJ Kits, or is it Katz? I don't remember his last name. Anyways, AJ built a pair of Firewalker shoes. Congratulations, AJ's working on them for a while. They look great. He's using Mercury switches, so definitely engineering on the edge there. But showed them off, and they look totally fabulous. And then finally, C. Scott came in and showed off a Groovesizer with filter synthesizer that he's been working on in EagleCAD.
That was a show.
That was a show and tell.
Okay.
So if you'd like to watch those, they're on YouTube right now. You can check it out.
One of the show and tell projects I really like, because it goes along with the theme of the Hackaday Prize this year, is work on serious stuff.
Right.
So assistive technology, Internet of Things that combine that. So I really like that.
Yeah. Cool project.
That was good.
I thought that was inspiring. I mean, a lot of people could take that and do something more with that.
Yeah, it was neat how we're starting to hear some of these projects come in when people show them. They're like, oh, like my brother's autistic and he has a hard time communicating, and so then I built the following.
Right.
And they have all these components. They have this idea that they can put it all together.
Right.
And then the end result is like texting a phone.
Yep.
And all these, there's like Twilio, and there's if then this that, and there's Zapier. Like we're playing around with our Internet of Things service, and we're trying to figure out like how can we hook in the most possible thing. So
I think a lot of opportunity to help people who are autistic.
Yeah, I mean across the board we have at least like a few dozen people that do specific projects just for assistive technologies. That's their thing. They're just taking like our sensors and everything, and that's all they're doing. And then they're publishing how they're doing it. So other
that's
people,
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and even the 3D printing, the prosthetics that we're seeing, people don't want to wait for a low-cost prosthetic. They're like, well, I can get a 3D printer and just start doing this on my own for someone I care about, or someone themselves are like, I want a hand with a laser beam coming out of it, and they're like, they can actually, no, they did. This is total, and this like, and
how are you going to point to your presentation if you don't have a laser pointer?
Yeah, of course.
And then there was a parent, and they made one for their kid, and it was easier to play video games.
Yeah,
it's like really neat stuff.
I just saw a presentation at MakerCon, which was before Maker Faire. Dara Dotz was talking about bringing 3D printers with her group down to Haiti and 3D printing like on-site body parts for people. It's kind of amazing.
That's like the Fab Lab vision from a while ago, and now it's like arriving. Yeah. Okay, Lady, how do people get on the show and tell?
If you would like to join us every single week, 7:30 p.m., we have a weekly show and tell on the Google Hangouts. First off, you'll need a Google account. Once you have a Google Plus account, go to Google Plus page at plus.google.com/+Adafruit. Look for the thread where you have an Adabot saying, comment here to add yourself to the show and tell circle. And then comment there to get added to the show and tell circle. We'll right-click on your avatar and we'll add you to the circle. And then every week at 7:30 p.m., you will be invited to show off your maker project, hacker projects, workspace, crafting, retro tech, pretty much anything you built that's cool and creative, you can come on and show it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Every week we have a letter of the alphabet that the show is brought to you by, because we have this coloring book. This is Ours for Robots. We're almost through this one. We're almost done.
Wow.
So this week we're up to the letter Q. And Q is for Qrio. So this week's show is brought to you by the letter Q. And for folks who don't remember, Qrio was the worldwide set of robots that were the ambassadors for Sony. And these were some of the most amazing humanoid robots in the world. And a lot of people saw just videos of them. They didn't think they were real. I had a weird job in the past where I was around these robots. And I have some footage that I was never supposed to ever show ever, but no one's working on this. They're completely retired. So some of the engineers are dead. Like all sorts of things. I mean, they're just old. They were just old. No, nothing happened wrong. The robots didn't kill them. No, I'm so sorry. I didn't make it sound like that. No, it's okay.
And Phil killed them.
No.
This weird job.
No.
What was his job?
I had to keep the robots from.
What was his job?
There was gonna be. I had to go back in time and stop the robot rising. Anyways.
Okay.
So. Anyways, there's these videos that I have that I can show now, and this is the Qrio, and the first one I want to show is one of the things that the Qrio can do is hang out with kids and read them stories. So,
that's cool.
So Qrio was meant to be a robot friend, not robot enemy, and that's where I got that. I have a poster, make robot friend, not robot enemy. One of the Japanese engineers said it's very important that we don't make robots that harm people or things. We only make them to do friends. So that's why they didn't have robot slave. The robots won't go get your paper. The Asimov did. That was one of their demos. Like in the future, the robot will get your newspaper, because in the future there's a newspaper. A physical
newspaper.
A physical paper and newspaper, so you need a robot to get the fruit. No. So then here's another one. This is kind of neat. So this is to show that if you push down the robot, it doesn't keep trying to push you over. It just starts backing up. It's like, oh, a person's there. I may as well back up.
Move out of the way.
And then this is what the boot up sequence looked like. And this is the part where they never want the public to see this, because it's not showing them in their best light. So when they boot up, they're like little old people. And they kind of like shake a little bit, and then they do all these tests, and this is them doing their thing. So this is, I don't think this has ever been shown before, but this is Q for Qrio, and some of the technology that went into the Sony iMos were in this. Anyways, that's the letter of the week, Q for Qrio. Hopefully Sony Legal won't be sending me an email. Okay, it's Hackaday time.
Yay, Hackaday.
Welcome, Sophie.
Yeah, I'm wearing a t-shirt.
All right.
The Hackaday sticker. Yeah, okay, Hackaday.
Yeah. So make sure you speak up and tell everybody a little bit about you and Hackaday.
So Hackaday is a tech blog that was started by Phil, right? About 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't regret.
In the ancient times.
The ancient times.
It's working out now. You guys are doing a good job. I don't regret starting that site anymore.
I feel like I used to read it about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The current crew is doing an excellent job with it.
Well, thanks very much.
Good work.
Yeah. So we aggregate hacks from all around the world. Every few hours, there's a new post of something really cool that probably one of you who's watching this are doing. So we get hacks from engineers, from makers, from hackers, whatever you want to call yourself. You're building stuff, and we're putting it on our blog. So
that's Hackaday.
Yeah, it's Hackaday. That's it.
And then since then, Hackaday has kind of grown. There's a store.
Yep.
There is the Hackaday Prize.
Yep.
There's Hackaday.io. We use the, by the way, for the folks who saw this post, Hackaday announced the API.
Yep.
We built something.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Are you going to show it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No. We have a Hackaday.io tutorial
Oh, cool.
on what we made. We wanted to make it. We wanted to be able to see when people were using our projects, and so we have an RSS feed generator, so we can see when people make things with NeoPixels
Oh,
or
awesome.
things with Trinket. Yeah, it was cool.
Cool.
So, anyways,
I actually started building an API, something on the API that pings one of my coworkers every 10 minutes with a picture.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's
It's not working yet, but
when it does,
yeah, when it does,
they'll be
yeah.
sorry.
Yep.
So there's the prize is the big thing that's going on right now,
Right.
and you guys made a video, a trailer.
We did.
So I have it. We're
You
gonna
want to show it? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna show it right now.
Last year, the Hackaday Prize began a movement.
This year, we're taking on problems that matter to everyone.
Thousands of hackers, designers, and engineers are working on solutions.
We're not waiting for this to happen. We're making it happen.
Learn, share, teach, or explore.
And you could win the 2015 Hackaday Prize.
And we're back. Okay, so that's the prize. What's the deadline? Tell me a little bit. Like, what do you have to? What do I have to do if I wasn't? I can't enter.
No,
I
you totally can't
but if I
enter.
was
Plus Lemore's a
yeah,
judge.
and she's
so-
a judge. There's no way. I
Yeah,
can-
I'm judging.
Let's say I'm not
Yeah,
me.
she's a returning judge, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm not me, and I had an idea, and I want to do it. Just walk me through what I got to do.
Okay, so the prize actually closes in a few months from now, so we're accepting submissions for quite a long time, but you can put up something now, enter, tag it with the 2015 Hackaday Prize.
Okay.
If you put up something just an idea, we're running weekly mini prizes. So we
Okay.
gave away a whole bunch of light blue beans,
Yeah.
which are a BLE Arduino thing.
Yeah.
We gave away, that's where the trinket came from.
Oh, okay.
We gave away over 100 trinkets a couple of
great.
weeks ago. So we're giving, and PCBs from Osh Park. So every week we have a different prize. I think this week it's Shapeways, 3D printing
Yeah.
coupons. So if
Just
you,
keep you kind of excited.
yeah, keep you excited,
Also,
help
you
you with
can
your
get
project.
parts that you might be able to use.
Yes,
People like
yes.
getting free stuff on the internet, except for when they don't.
Right, except for when they don't. So, but it's actually very easy to put together a project. If you just wanted to put in a few sentences, it could take you 30 seconds
Okay.
to put up a project.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do that now.
Maybe you'd be like, okay, I should do this thing. If you want,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I
Right.
gotta finish it.
Okay, so that's one way. And then what else? There's the prizes. Like in the end of this, there's a prize. What's the grand prize?
Oh, the grand prize is a trip to space.
A trip to space.
A trip to space.
Okay.
On the carrier of your choice when
Okay.
it's available.
Oh, because there's many choices now.
Right, there's
'Cause
so many
yeah.
choices. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
there is.
is
There's like 3 space companies.
Right.
I guess Virgin would be one, or whatever.
Virgin Galactic,
Other
yeah.
galactic one.
Yeah.
And then, what are some of the other prizes? Is it just space only, or is there?
No, we have a PCB milling machine and some other stuff that goes along with that. A commercial laser. All of these prizes you can exchange for money, so you could get $10,000 for each one of those. We have a trip to Shenzhen, which is pretty freaking exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah, going
Like,
to Shenzhen.
it's like a vacation, except instead
Yeah.
of like Tahiti, it's like go to like this industrial like,
area and bring a suitcase and go shopping.
Is it injection
Yeah.
molding?
Yeah. And then our last prize is a tour of CERN in Switzerland.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Excellent job. The things that I've seen, all the ideas. I mean, what I did is before the show, you sent me stuff. So I'm just going to go through these kind of quickly and we'll see
Okay.
how much time I have. So I'm going to have something on the screen and tell everybody what we're looking at. I think these are the entries.
yep,
This
these are
is-
just a few entries.
This
yeah.
is the entries, and so it's accelerating. So
Okay, wait,
stuff's happening.
no. This is actually from 2014. This is a graph which shows the amount of entries over time. And I actually included this because I thought it was kind of hilarious that we are such a community of procrastinators.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All
So
these
look,
were done the night before.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I also entered the prize the night before, so I'm just as guilty as the rest of you. But don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
No,
Enter
the
it now.
best prizes, the most likely to win, I think usually
People spend a lot of time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
So here's some photos. These are some.
This is a solar multi-point power tracking charge controller. So that's used to keep your batteries full all the time and keep your solar panel tuned properly.
All right.
Bionic hand, 3D printed, just like what we were talking before.
Yeah.
Yep. This one actually, if you can find the project, it is project number 4825. This one actually was used on a veteran, so there's a story behind that if you want to go to that project and check it out. So hackaday.io/project/4825.
If you had to say the one sentence theme of the Hackaday Prize, is it build something that matters? You have it on the website, but is that build something that matters?
Yeah, and to me it means build something that will help your community or somebody else's community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Be others focused.
So
Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Yes, that's
and-
perfect. Oh my God, I'm going to totally use that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Be others focused.
Yeah, goal-oriented and others-focused is
Yeah.
a very good thing to do in life.
Yep.
It's good advice in a general, like a day-to-day.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
So at the end of the show, when I do the trivia question, I'm going to say, well, what is the theme this year? And the right answer is build something that matters.
Okay.
So now stick around, folks. I just gave you the answer.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
What else do we have? This is a CT. Yeah, it's a picture. The picture is very cool, but it's this low-cost CT scanner. And the person who put this together has a plan that they can build it for under $100, which would be amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
And then next up, there's the Chip Whisperer.
Chip Whisperers from 2014. This was, I believe, the third prize winner?
It was
Yeah.
one of the
Second.
runner-ups.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
second
one of the
prize,
top
yep.
5.
And Colin O'Flynn, who made this project, did a Kickstarter, and I included this image just to be encouraging. Many of our prize entries last year, including 4 of our 5 finalists, made successful Kickstarters for their project.
This one definitely
products.
had like the most intense documentation.
Yeah.
This was just like so hardcore.
Okay.
Crazy good
This is
documentation.
the iDrive.
This is my, well, I'm not supposed to say. I really, really like this assistive technology. 3
Yeah.
guys that have ALS putting this together. It's a wheelchair that you can drive with your eyes.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the iWriter project
Okay.
a little bit.
It's exactly like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They're using commercial iWriting software to
Okay.
make it.
Okay. Gas sensor.
This is a gas sensor that talks to you. So I guess on impact, if you toss it into a
that's
spot.
good. Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
we
good
saw
idea.
this, or somebody
Yeah.
came on the show and tell show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says like,
That's cool.
warning, carbon monoxide, warning.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yep, exactly. He's got three or 4 different sensors in there.
All right. Next up, low field MRI.
Low field MRI. This is by Peter Jansen, who was the 4th place winner last time. And so you can enter a brand new project and still win. If you won one of the top 50 last year, you can't enter the same project. However, if you didn't win in the top 50, you can re-enter that project.
Because you're like, you did a better job, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
you
let's
can
try
redo it. But
Okay.
anyway, this one, speaking of people who don't procrastinate and have do things over time, Peter Jansen did the Arduino last round.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the open source
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tricorder. He did a sort of play on words
Yeah,
there
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So he knows quite a lot about sensing and magnetic fields and so on.
Okay. Next up.
This is also from 2014. This is Benjamin Gray's Phenoptics on Twitter. His commercial, he's got a little tiny robotic arm. It's very cute, and it works really well.
All right.
Yeah.
This is an open source something.
This is an open source cell phone.
Yeah, the cell phone looks
Okay.
like it's got a
Yep.
big display on it.
Cell
All right.
phone. We know what a cell phone. Yeah. Oh wait, but actually, let me just go back for a second. I did say this is a project that didn't make it to getting into the top 50 last year, so this person is redoing it,
Okay. That's good.
and you can see by the 2 tags.
I
that-
can show off the Arduino-Phone later.
You're going to do that soon.
Yeah.
Hold,
No, I
She's
have my
like-
phone.
yeah.
hold your horses.
I got it. No, I'm saying, well, it's a cell phone thing day.
This is a project that looks at weather data over time, specifically like tree data, like how the leaves are doing, the climate that kind of thing.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to like that in a few years. I think we kind of screwed up the planet. I think it's going to be like, sorry.
Well, it's a Raspberry Pi.
Sorry, everyone.
And
I'm a tree, and I just can't. You made too much carbon dioxide. I can't.
Yeah, maybe,
tired.
I don't know. Also, 2014, I included these because they're kind of at the end of life, or end of the project. This was the third place winner, portable software-defined radio, so you can take it out into the wilderness with you, which is good for people who have doomsday fantasies.
Yeah. The latest Mad Max is really good. Did you see it yet?
No.
You've been doing all this other stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen a movie in
really
like
good.
a year.
It was really good. We don't ever see
SDR,
we never see movies. It's really good. By the way, if you get a chance,
go see
it's
it.
a good like 2 hour.
It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it does not mess around with like plot or anything.
This was the ramen thing. Wasn't
Yes,
it?
it's the ramen pie.
Yeah, this is the ramen pie thing.
Yep. Yeah, and there's
that
the
was
other
an
thing.
intense project.
Yeah, and that's actually just from an others thinking point of view. This is a really great project. It's 3D printed and parametric modeling. So say you wanted to have this, it's a spectrometer, and it's the type of spectrometer that measures the frequency of things like water. So if you wanted to send the files somewhere else, you could, and it could be changed just to fit the optics that you have there, which I thought was actually very others focused and nice. Okay.
And then I remember this one from last year,
the
too.
winner.
Yeah.
The winner. You want to tell us what the winner?
Yeah, this was this is an interesting project. This was a sort of distributed satellite tracking system where there would be a network of like motorized antennas that would be able to tune like a software-defined radio listener to follow and track an object that they were trying to, like some space object or a satellite or like ISS or whatever, if you wanted to listen in. And the goal was to get a lot of data, because it's like, one antenna may not be able to listen in to everything, but if you have a lot of data, you could take all those data streams and merge them together and to get a lot more information. So you'd have like a distributed array of space antennas. That was a very interesting project, and really fit the theme and also like the goal of the Hackaday Prize. This is why I thought this one was this. I kind of thought like this one would be the winner, because it was like, okay, it was a distributed thing, there's a lot of people involved. There was really good documentation. It was completely open source, and it had the space theme, which I really liked.
Yeah, and 10 people together made it, which I
is
thought
like,
was
okay, you have
amazing.
to like work together. That's really hard.
3 different countries,
Yeah.
10 people, done in a hackerspace. Yeah, it was very, very well done project.
Okay. And then we had this is a smart home, and this is one of the ideas, I think.
This is an idea, yeah,
Gotcha.
smart home controller. We all, I think, know what that is.
Yeah.
Control, and to save energy in your house. So that idea is very valid, and it could be done 50 times in different ways and in different degrees of relevance for your house.
Okay. All right. So that's a good overview. Thank you. That was perfect.
Cool.
I know,
People have a good sense of what this
I know exactly what I'm not allowed to do. I can't enter. I can't do any of these
can't
things. I
enter.
can put ideas, but I know the prizes now. I know where to go. I know where all these things are. And then that was cool to see the winners from last year. All right. Well, we're going to continue on and do the rest of Ask an Engineer. So stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't leave.
Stay.
And at the very end of the show, we'll play the making of the Hackaday. We'll play it at the end.
Okay,
That's
good.
a good time, because then we like wind down and all that to do stuff here anyway. So we'll play. If you like the Hackaday, that was your second day on the job there.
It was my my third week, but the second day meeting everybody.
Hey, everybody, and then we're filming in spacesuits.
Get in a spacesuit. Yeah.
So at the end of the show, we'll play the making of, which is always better than the whole thing. Maybe
It
next
is
time,
actually a lot better.
Next time you're on the show, maybe you can do a director's cut version where you just have like, and this is when I put the spacesuit on.
And I was freaking out because it was so sweaty.
It was 9,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Lady Data, it's time. Here's
Packet the mailbag.
So this is Packet the Mailbag. We have people send us letters every week, and we read these at our weekly meeting called State of the Fruit, and we also read them here on the show. So this week it's from David, and David says, "Thank you for your excellent customer service, as well as quick delivery, and I will definitely be recommending Adafruit to friends. Best regards, David." Thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
We like letters like this.
That's a nice letter.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay, we got the we got the Hackaday jobs board. By the way, do you want an idea? You should do a Hackaday jobs board. So we have the Adafruit jobs board. And
We're not doing a job
What
board.
site are you working? You're working for me.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just finding more people to do it with. Adafruit had this jobs board thing. We did this because people kept saying, well, you guys do consulting. We do consulting. We're like, no, we can't. And we said, oh, why don't we make a jobs board so you can post up that you're looking for people like the makers who buy our stuff to do stuff. So cool companies post up that they're looking for makers, and then makers, now they post their skills. They're like, I can do all the following, and then we play matchmaker. No recruiters, no weird things. Lady 80 and I are the only people that approve the jobs, and there's no spam or anything weird like this. This week, Seed Studio posted up a job. They're looking for a social media manager and intern. So Seed, everybody knows Seed. They make electronics. They're over in Shenzhen. They're one of the coolest open source hardware companies. I really like Eric and the team he put together. And they want someone to just do a ton of social media stuff. So if you want to do that online and work for Seed Studio, you can apply.
It does say you have to live in Shenzhen.
You can move to Shenzhen.
Yes, which I hear is very cool.
Yeah.
It says you have to be there?
It does. Both are full-time and require applicants to base in Shenzhen.
Okay, so you gotta go there.
Which is
But come on, it's fun.
yeah, it's an adventure.
Get your visa and go.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, as many people know, we have a cat of engineering. His name is MOSFET.
Aw.
And that started us, we have a gallery called adafruit.com/cats of engineering. So we have like 500 cat photos, including your cat.
My cat,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
and so this is a cat, and we now have, I just wanted to do that. Yeah, so look,
What?
I do these things sometimes. So we, it's like this guy's like, why are you looking at me?
cat is
I'm trying to get
so
engineering
angry.
done. So what you can do now is go to adafruit.com/submitacat, and you can submit your cat very easily now. And then we also have the cat gallery, and we redid the gallery so it's not me manually just like editing an HTML page like over and over. We actually have it's very, very easy process now. So if you want to see your cat of engineering on there, just go to adafruit.com/cats of engineering, or just direct if you want to do adafruit.com/submitacat.
Awesome.
All right, so there's a lot of cats that have really nice tools. Like these cats have excellent workstations. I'm like, that's
4-channel,
Yeah.
1 gigahertz oscilloscopes.
Yeah.
This cat has like 18 XBs.
Yeah, I was like, this cat has nice stuff. So anyways, so the big news, open source hardware news. You were out at Maker Faire, so you probably heard the news. Arduino and Adafruit are doing things together. If you haven't heard the news, folks, here it is. Arduinos are going to be made in the U.S. At least the ones that are made for U.S. customers. We were working on this for a really long time. We're super excited. So we're starting out with the big ones that everyone knows about, like Uno and Leonardo and Mega and all that. And we already are shipping the Arduino Gemma. So that's the first made in USA Arduino that has all the logos and branding, all the things that you know that Arduino is about. And we just today, this is the first time, got the PCBs in. And so these are the Arduino.cc made in USA Arduinos. And
This is a prototype panel.
Yeah,
This is not the production panels.
We're
but
doing
this
a
is
proto
prototype.
run, and that just came in like right before you walked in the door.
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
So it's happening.
So I got to actually put this together and make sure that they work, and then we can start scheduling. But we have to do a lot more, but then eventually we can start scheduling the production run with the goal of July 4th.
Yeah, Independence Day. And if you watch the Adafruit site or the Make site, you can watch a video of Massimo when he had the State of Arduino keynote, and it was really nice. He said a lot of good things about all the partners and everything, and we're really happy about this. It is going to be fun making Arduinos in the U.S. by a company that's been working with them for 10 years. I think it's cool. Women-owned engineering companies making these. Lemore's contributed, I think, the most libraries to the IDE.
There's a lot of libraries.
Yeah, so this has all worked out really well. It's good, and we
Meant to be.
Yeah, it was meant to be, and we're really, really happy. So hopefully July 4th is the Independence Day, and we will be shipping Arduinos to Americans, made in America.
Nice.
Fireworks and barbecues.
So will
Teal
they
fireworks.
still make them in Italy?
Well, this is their plan. So because there's an international trademark dispute, in some areas of the world they're going to make Genuino, where there's any issues with the name Arduino.
Okay.
Long story. Hackaday has an excellent article on it. And in other areas where there isn't, it'll be Arduino, because the Arduino name is very strong. But in areas where, if it were to get in the way of getting people their hardware, they're just going to do Genuino. And as this court case gets resolved, they'll be able to do whatever they want. We believe that they're going to be victorious because we know Arduino and we know the history of the company. And so the other thing that they announced is there'll be local manufacturers. So in India, there will be a Arduino factory making Arduinos in India for the India population.
Right. Yeah. That's
same
awesome.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing for China. They're going to make Arduinos in China for the Chinese customers, and every local area they're going to work with, something like an Adafruit.
Right.
So there'll be more announcements soon. Like we don't even know. I mean, we can guess, but we don't even know who's going to be all the rest of it. But we're looking forward to it. Okay, Adafruit Learning System. One more this week.
Yes.
This is like Hackaday.io, but just for like Lady Ada and friends.
Yay,
Because we don't. It's one of the things that we decided to do, where it's very curated because it's our customer support. We're showing people these tutorials. So one day we could open up so anyone can post something. We kind of like that. There's Instructables and Hackaday.io and Hackster.io. That's a place for communities to flourish and for them to do whatever they want. On our site, when people see something on Adafruit, they believe it works, and it's from us. So that's why we have built this system, and Lady Ada was our first customer building stuff. So what was on the learning system this week?
I started with a tutorial from Bill Earl on calibrating sensors. So a lot of people, when they first get sensors, especially low-cost ones that are not calibrated, just like thermistors or like thermocouples or humidity sensors or whatever, they might be confused because they're like, hey, this. It says like the temperature is 4 degrees, but I know it should be 0 degrees. Well, that's actually pretty common. You have to usually calibrate sensors, especially the low-cost hobbyist ones. Like they're not meant to be very accurate or precise. But you can make up for some of that accuracy by calibrating them. And so the tutorial goes through 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point calibration procedures, and also demonstrates how to do it with like a thermocouple to if you have a really good reference source, you can, like ice water, for example, which is, is going to be 0 degrees, or boiling water, which is going to be 100 degrees. You can use that to calibrate your sensors and to get more accuracy out of your sensors.
Okay.
Cool. We also have a tutorial for the Adafruit Phona Shield. This is our cellular GSM shield. It's kind of like the Phona, which is our little cellular module, but we kind of spread it out onto a shield shape. So you can like plug it in and use it with an Arduino compatible very easily. Basically the same price, it's just like bigger and flatter, but has the cellular module, the SIM holder, battery charging capability, a little antenna connector, headset connector, buzzer driver, microphone driver, and speaker driver. So basically anything you need to make a cellular device. You can do voice, data, text, all that good stuff.
Yeah, one of the weird things is we're one of the few, if not only, cell phone manufacturers in the U.S. right now. Motorola shut down their factory, but you can actually get all the things for a phone at Adafruit, and we sell the Phona module. That's odd. It's just, hey, I'm a cell phone company now. It's just what we do.
It's pretty cool.
We make cell phones. Then you got the Pi Girl tutorial.
Yeah, we've got a Pocket Pi Girl, which is right here. I've got one, and this is a little version of the Pi Girl, which is used as a Raspberry Pi Model 8 Plus, and a teeny 2.4-inch display. And you can use it to play. We actually got RetroPie working on it, so you can have like a bunch of different emulators. You can play like NES or Sega or like Game Boy Advance or Super Nintendo even works. It's a little sluggish, but it does work. Atari, whatever you want. It even has like Zork on it, although you have to have a keyboard if you want to do text adventures. So it's a little fully 3D printed pocket battery powered game girl.
Okay.
And it's cute and small.
Someone had asked us, how is it possible that there's no lag? How did we make it so there's no lag on this? Like how fast it is? How's that possible?
On the what? On
this, it's so good. It's so fast.
Oh.
They want to know how was that?
Well, the buttons are connected directly to GPIO, so they don't go through a keyboard controller. We actually, Phil B wrote RetroCade, or I don't even remember the program, but it's basically this program that scans the GPIOs using interrupts. So it instantly gets the button press injected into like the keyboard manager. And then we use FBCP, which copies over the frame buffer from HDMI, and it does that pretty fast. And then also we were overclocking the display at like 80 megahertz, but it works fine. So altogether, like we really like tweaked like all the little settings you can on the Raspberry Pi to make it so you can actually play games.
Okay. Next
and
up,
like really play games.
this is what you want to talk about. You made an Arduino phone.
Yes,
You made an Arduino phone.
that's right.
So here's a picture of it. So this phone does something interesting. I guess a little bit of background. So you're known, Lead Data, for you don't own a cell phone. You don't have
right.
a cell phone. You made a cell phone jammer
Yeah, I have
called
that.
the Wave Bubble.
Yeah.
But you don't have a cell phone. So people always kind of make fun of you a little bit. They're like, you don't have a cell phone, but you have this like electronics company. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And but you now have a phone, and it does one thing. It can call me, but I can't call you.
Well, not yet. I haven't added the code to do reply. You want to try calling? I'll go
Yeah,
over
why
it.
don't you? But
Go to the overhead, and I won't put your full phone number in.
yeah, it'd be
'Cause I don't want people to.
it'd be nice because I get a lot of phone calls.
I'll
already.
fake it. I'll be like, oh, your number
Yeah.
is like
Okay.
164.
So can you wait before you do that?
Wait,
Can
what's
you
it?
tilt to the side?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So this is standalone. It's not plugged in or anything.
Oh yeah, no, it's got a battery in
Okay,
it.
great.
It's charging, and I'm using a Metro because I wanted a little bit more clearance. We can use it's just an Arduino is fine. And then this is the phone shield, and it has a speaker here. You can kind of see it tucked in.
Okay.
And then there's a little sticker antenna, and then the little microphone.
Okay, so start to dial, but you can take it off the screen now.
Okay, so wait, I'll just say like 555-1212.
Well, no, just.
But it's not real.
Yeah, but then take it away.
But then I'm taking it away. I'm gonna put your real number in.
And let's see if this is a live demo. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Live demos, live demos.
It could all go wrong.
Yeah.
So here's the Arduino phone. So you're gonna call me.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if I get a phone call. I'm just doing a show. Hope no one calls me because I'm really busy right now. Okay, that's ringing over there.
Oh my God.
It's working.
You gonna pick
Okay.
up?
It's Phil speaking.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm really busy right now. I'm doing this
Oh,
show
sorry.
called
Okay. Sorry. Okay, hang up.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, man.
Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot you're doing the show right now.
Okay.
Calling you. That's really rude to call you in the middle of your live show.
People have done that, and
Not a good idea.
and we told them not to, and they did. Okay.
But yeah, it's got a
So-
TFT. It's got a TFT shield, and then the phone is shield. And I basically made just a little basic interface so you can. I just like looked at an old Nokia like flip phone, so you can just like dial and you can send to call and then to hang up. And then I just posted up the code. It's only 200 lines of code because like a lot of it is just like it's pretty simple stuff, and like the libraries take care of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so you can call me, and it'll say like who's calling. And then maybe I'll have it so you can receive text messages. But I think I'm already at like 15K of space, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit much more than that. But anyways,
Okay.
it does work. Arduino phone.
Okay, Arduino phone.
Arduino phone.
That's
All right.
awesome.
I'm gonna blow through
What's
these
this
next
like
ones really
sticky
fast.
antenna?
But it's just like a sticker antenna. You're supposed to stick it on the inside of the case.
So here's the comic. So we started our thing. Everybody at Adafruit reads comic books. So the staff member's been posting up their picks. This week was Crazy Cat. Read about it on the Adafruit site. Just search for our comic book reading list, Adafruit comic book reading list. Time travel. On Tuesday, we always post up something that's happened in the world of science, hackers, makers, artists, engineers, you name it. Big celebration. I know you guys have been probably partying all week. Jean-Pierre Christian developed a centigrade temperature scale.
I love centigrade.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! And he used a mercury
0
thermometer.
to 100.
Look at that. So that
Oh,
was
we're back at Mercury.
back in Mercury, 1743. And other celebratory things, 10 years Maker Faire.
Oh yeah, 10 years.
So,
10-year birthday.
Yeah, it was a small group of us. It was after I had retired from Hackaday, I went over to this thing. It wasn't called Make Yet. It was just this thing, and Dale Doherty said, yeah, we're starting a magazine. I'm like, that's a terrible idea. Sign me up. So I started doing this thing, Make, and I said, I have specific ideas for the website. And then he said, we're going to do this thing called Maker Faire. I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea too. It's an event. It's all about the future, and like, we're going to be doing teleconferencing, and magazines are dead. You should just do like ebooks or like a blog. And so I really liked that Dale had this vision. And we did Maker Faire, and we thought like maybe a few thousand people would show up, and like 40,000 people showed up.
Wow.
It was bonkers. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and you were just at
I was
the
just
Maker
there,
Faire.
yeah.
No, I hate when people would ask me this question, so I'm going to just do what I hate. Was there any favorite thing that you saw there? Just like one thing, just like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever?
There was something that was pretty cool. It was an Arduino shield for voice recognition.
Okay.
So that was pretty badass.
Okay. You like that?
Yeah.
That's fine. You can
Yeah.
go on the show. My thing that I do each year with Maker Faire is I look at the fair and I say, what is this the year of? And there was a 3D printing year. There was all 3D
Oh,
printers.
thank God.
and then there was like, that's over, sort of. I mean, but
Well,
like,
they put it
they're
in its own
established.
tent.
They're
Yeah,
established.
3D tent.
But it, like
Yeah.
for one year, it was like just everyone built them. And then like drones, and then there was like Arduino, and then like Raspberry Pi, and all these things. I think this year is like the maker movement kind of grew up a little bit because the theme was like Arduino has this thing going on. Spark.io rebranded to Particle.
Right,
So
yep.
it's like all of these maker companies are becoming businesses, and
Yep.
I feel like it's a 10-year-old, and so in internet time, that's like a 20-something-year-old, at least. And I feel like it's a more mature place where people are doing business and they're doing causes. Both of them are happening. So
Right.
that's from the outside looking in.
And that is about exactly right.
Okay.
There were quite a lot of grown-up businesses there.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
even the big companies, like Intel has to do something
Yeah.
with the maker movement. They have to. So
And they had actually a really big thing.
yeah, it was presented by Intel.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Okay, so we got some wearables. We're going to run a couple minutes over. Lamar, is that okay? All right, she calls the shots.
No, it's fine.
I have to ask her. All right, so we have wearables. Becky's on vacation this week, but we do have a video from Becky. This is which wearables pack to choose.
Some Adafruit wearables packs are designed to help you build a specific project, like these NeoPixel goggles or LED pump collar. But most of our Adafruit wearables packs are designed to help bring your own project ideas to life, or to give Flora and Gemma as a gift, all at a great discount. But which pack is right for you? Let's figure it out together. Flora and Gemma let you use sensors to make color-changing light patterns. We do have another video devoted to choosing between Flora and Gemma. TLDR, Gemma is lower cost, but it's also limited when it comes to things like serial debugging, making Flora easier for beginners to learn. The most complete Flora pack is built around the Getting Started with Flora book and comes with everything you need to prototype and build multiple simple and complex projects. The Flora GPS Starter Kit is similar, but more specialized towards a location detecting project. The Flora Sensor Pack comes with a few sophisticated sensors, as well as conductive fabric and snaps, good for making CapTouch buttons and digital switches. And there's also some NeoPixels for visualizing that data. The Flora Budget Pack is what it sounds like, the most wallet-friendly way to get a basic Flora project off the ground. Moving on to Gemma, we have 3 straightforward options. Simple white lighting with the Sequin Pack, addressable NeoPixel lighting with the Starter Pack, and simple sounds with the Talking Toy Guts Sound Pack. I hope that's helpful in your pack selection quest. If you still have questions about what parts are right for your project, post up in the Adafruit forums, where we'd be more than happy to help you out. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more wearable electronics from Adafruit.
Okay, well, Becky was on vacation, but she's going to be back next week. We'll have Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to skip right to new products because we're running out of late data. We're going to go. So
Limited natural resource.
Yeah, we mined them all, and now we have to wait.
There's only one.
Yeah, there's
only one.
So Hat Prize is the code for any of the products that we have tonight. It's 10% off all the way to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Lady Ada, let's do this.
Okay.
New products. First up, we have the PrinterBot Metal.
This is the PrinterBot Metal Plus, which we put back in stock, and this version now is a little bit more expensive, but comes with a heated bed.
Yeah.
A lot of people were using these and really needed a heated bed to use like materials like ABS and some other exotic materials. So this version now comes with a heated bed and it has a power supply, and it's lovely, and it's one of the it's like $1,000-ish. It's really good value. You get a lot for your 3D printer dollar.
We use every 3D printer, and then we pick the ones we really liked, and then we.
This one is really the best entry level. I mean, other than just like building your own printer.
Yeah. Next up. Saley, sorry.
This is the Astro Pack.
No, this is Astro Pack. Yeah, what this does is allow you to print over Wi-Fi with a Raspberry Pi to a 3D printer.
So if you have, the thing is with
management.
these 3D printers is that they don't have a display or control panel. So this allows you to use a Raspberry Pi as like a remote 3D print controller, and it comes with the software. And so this is just a pack that you basically plug it all together, and it's pretty much ready to go. And then you can, as long as your 3D printer is controllable over USB with a Raspberry Pi, and like almost all of them are, like it's kind of standardized, then you can just use this and then use your tablet or phone or computer.
And we have a sticker.
And it can also like take photos, like you can connect a Raspberry Pi camera and you can do like time lapses and stuff.
Okay, and then Saley dropped off a bunch of stuff. This is great.
Yay!
This is the what channel?
Saley 8.
Yeah, it's the 8
This is the 8 Logic, not the 8 Pro. This is just
Yeah.
8 Logic. And so this is kind of their upgrade to the Saley Logic that they had before. So this version has 8 channels. It does digital and analog. It's a little more expensive because they added analog. It does like up to 100 megahertz analog and like 100 megahertz digital or whatever. And like basically a bandwidth, I think, of like 50 megahertz for analog. I don't remember exactly the number. Check the tech specs because there's a lot of numbers in it. But basically 8 channels. So it's just kind of like what I use on a day-to-day basis when I have to do logic analysis. And now it has analog, so you can even do like some mixed signal stuff. You can see how your power supply is doing when you're switching all your pins and all that good stuff. So check it out. It's beautiful, and they're coming out with such a big line. They have the 4-channel, 8-channel, and 16. But I like 8. 8's right in the middle. It gives you plenty of channels.
And here's some
it's
screenshots
small.
from like the software and like.
Yeah, and they
stuff
have
it is.
They have software that runs on Mac, Windows, and Linux.
Yeah.
And it's scriptable, and you can export the data. And there's like you don't have to pay for like add-ons, which is kind of nice. Like it can do like logic analysis. Like it's like if it's SPI, it'll actually tell you like what polarity and what the data is, and if it's like I2C or serial, it'll decode like the baud rate and tell you what it is. So it's really nice.
And as far as logic analyzers go, I think they're the best.
This is really the best.
Okay, we showed the Pi Girl, and now we have a Pi Girl pack.
Yes,
So
if you would like to build the Pi Girl, which is this last week's 3D Thursday, the Pocket Pi Girl, you can get a pack which comes with everything but the 3D printed parts. So you need a 3D printer, and you need some filament, and you need some soldering irons and hand tools and stuff. But you get like a Model A Plus Raspberry Pi, and you get the display, and you get the buttons, and you get the cable, and you get like the Perma-Proto, and so you just need to have hand tools, and you can build the 2-button or 4-button version of the Pi Girl.
Okay, and now for the rest of new product segment, it's all Phona all the time. So
Phona party.
Besides, there's 2 stars of the show. It's Sophie and you tonight, but besides you two, this is the star of
Phona
the show.
Shield.
It's Phona Shield. So this is an Arduino Shield that can make phone calls.
That's right. As we demonstrated earlier,
Yeah.
I used this to build the Arduino-Phone. It lets you basically do voice, text, data, like GPRS and stuff. Cellular on any Arduino. It's really easy to use. We have a really great library that makes it very simple. And we had a breakout version, but now people wanted to use it with an Arduino, so we kind of spun it into a nice Arduino shape, so it's like plug and play. You don't have to do any wiring or weird stuff.
Yeah.
It also comes with battery charging ability, and it will charge via the Arduino, and then you can switch it into run mode and then run the Arduino off of it as well. So like, for example, I'm charging my phone right now, and then I can flip it over to run. No, it's okay. And then I can unplug it, and now it's in run mode, so the whole thing runs off of the same battery. So it's kind of handy because like most cellular projects, you want them to be wireless, so having the battery charger built in is like
That's smart. So it's like a real phone that it can be charging and
then you
using
can
it, yeah.
you can remove it. So it's got a lot going for it.
It is cool. Like
Phone,
like
voice, but you can also do SMS. You can also do data.
Yeah.
So we have like an example, I think, with Adafruit.io. I think.
People like go to bars and they take out their phone. They like put it on the thing.
I'm like I want
It's like
one of those.
That's what you put on. It's just like, hey.
Well, this phone's great because it's like all I can do is call you because I don't have anybody else's phone number memorized, so you don't have to worry about
Just
me
for
like
texting.
Yeah, like Facebook.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. Like,
You don't. This is the only phone that's open source, and so you
It's
know
fully open source,
You
too.
know for a fact that no one's messing with your phone. It's not one of the types of phones that can be turned on to listen.
Yeah.
No.
If you're, depending
Or to
on
see
which
what you're doing,
which
yeah.
note in PowerPoint you're reading, ain't so fun having a phone right now.
no, this phone there's like
Depending.
there's no risk. I mean, like T-Mobile could like give your phone records up. That you can't do much because you have to make the phone call. But you don't have to worry about anybody like getting.
It's the
into
most
your
open source
or
phone possible.
There's no malware possible on this phone. You cannot. It's not possible.
Does it only work on T-Mobile?
This is you need a 2G SIM.
Any
and
GSM network.
GSM network,
Okay.
but AT&T they're going to shut down their GSM.
So they
network.
say.
So
they
T-Mobile
say.
is like guaranteed. So if you go with
Okay.
T-Mobile, like you can get AT&T GSM SIMs, but like we don't
Yeah.
suggest it because in like 3 years it may not work.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, remember, like
Well, in
when
3 years, you just make a new one.
we're also
That means
coming
like the
out.
long term.
Yeah, we're also coming out with other module versions.
Yeah, we have a
too.
3G version that we're going to
Okay,
come out with.
so on
This
top of
one's
that,
2G.
you put together some packs. You have some Phona packs.
Yeah, so if you want to get started with Phona, just because there's a lot of parts that you may want to get, we have like discounted packs. So you can get a Phona here, and you get a matching antenna that works with the Phona, and you get a good battery, a speaker, a microphone, a headset, if you want to use a headset, a little vibration motor. and some header. So you're
And then
pretty
you have
much
another,
ready.
and then there's another variation.
This is the Shield version.
the Shield
So
version.
they all come with all the accessories that I think are the most fun because you want to like turn it into like a microphone speaker and vibration mode and a battery.
Okay.
So you still need to have a microcontroller like an Arduino, but other than that, you can just get started real fast.
Okay. And then you got through it.
I got
That was
yay!
your products. Good work, you. Okay.
I want to call you again.
Okay, you did it. Yeah. All right. Well, you're a little under the weather, ladies, so we're
Yeah.
gonna get everybody out of here. So we're not gonna do questions.
I'm gonna NyQuil.
And
Can't wait.
you're done for now. I'm gonna tell everyone the code. It's had prize, and it's 10% off for the next couple hours. And before I'm gonna open up to questions, but people can only ask questions about the Hackaday prize or Hackaday right now. I might be able to answer some of the Hackaday questions.
Sure, yeah, please.
But for the Hackaday prize,
I
if
can
anyone
answer
has,
it. Oh, okay.
well,
Yeah,
no, you're
you
done.
can-
No, it's Sophie's turn.
You wanted to get out of here.
I'm so tired.
And people are typing in things right now. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. That
worked
was
out
super
well.
fun.
So
Yeah.
will you come back and talk about the prize again, or maybe even after it's done, or the winners?
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
whatever. You have an open invite.
Thank you.
Please take good care of Hackaday for me. So okay. So for the folks, and yes, you're going to be having NyQuil soon. Someone's saying.
Can't
NyQuil.
wait. It's the best part of being sick is the NyQuil.
Yeah. All right. So the question that I'm going to ask whether okay, here we go. Besides running the Hackaday prize, are there any fun projects Sophie's working on or worked on that she could talk about? That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
I have a project that's on your slide thing.
Oh yeah, you had.
It's called
it's the-
Breathe. So this is a project with a whole bunch, with 25 balloons right now. It's one panel that should fit into a wall. Are you going to play the video?
I'm going to play the video, but I'm
Okay.
going to turn the sound down so
Okay.
it doesn't.
It has 50 solenoids in it. And it's all laser cut.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is a prototype. I mean,
Whoa.
in an ideal, in a final
They're
version
growing.
of this, yeah, and shrinking too, they would react to a person's input. Like we put a Kinect camera in front of there, and each balloon would be a pixel. So this would be a much bigger wall of, say, 2,500 balloons.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of like, what are you using, fans or?
No, solenoids.
Oh, so
With
then
a
you have
compressor.
a compressor behind it.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm not with it.
Okay.
Hey.
So let's give away something. So it's trivia question time. I'll do the rules this week, ladies, since you're out of it.
Hey,
so
NyQuil.
here's the rules. If you've won the trivia question, you can't win again, and that's pretty much the rule.
And don't call us up on the phone, even if it's an Arduino phone.
Yeah.
If you are
The
not
prize
winner.
tonight is the Hackaday Omnibus and a Hackaday badge.
Nice.
We have the Hackaday badge.
Yes.
Cool.
And
Omnibus here somewhere.
yeah, so we have
It's,
those.
it's in the back with the
So-
omnibus. Pretend I'm holding it up.
Yeah.
It's the cool magazine.
So here it is. All you have to do is type in the thing that we said. What is this year's theme? And this is what we're looking for. So,
Yep,
that.
yep.
So whenever you see it here, oops, sorry. Whenever you see it
The
here
theme of the Hackaday
or
prize.
here, it's going to show up here or here. It's going to be one of the places first. What is the theme this year of the Hackaday prize? Let's see who types it in first. It'll be over here, over here. Someone already won, so they can't enter.
Yeah,
Hi, ads is not the theme.
it is not the theme.
I think art project. No. Okay, here it is. Kirby G. Kirby G, congratulations. Build something that matters. Congratulations,
Awesome.
Kirby G. You won. Email support@adafruit.com and tell them that you won the Hackaday Omnibus and the Hackaday badge. That'll help us if you just are very specific.
I'm not going
Right.
to remember.
Yeah.
No way. I'm out of here.
All right, so that's it. That's the theme this year. Build something
Awesome.
that matters.
Yep.
So they were paying attention. Do something others focused. I would have maybe accepted that.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that'll
Actually,
be-
I
that'll
like
be
that. That'll be the new
thing.
thing.
That'll be the
Yeah.
next year's theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in a lot of like management books on like how to get people to work well together. You state specific goals and you get everyone to think about how can I make things better for others. Yeah, it's fun. Works. Okay. Well, with that, that's the show, Lady Ada. You made it.
Yay.
And once again, thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you, everyone out there. A lot of Hackaday people
Thanks,
out there in
Sophie.
the
I'm
audience.
not going to touch Sophie. I'm going to hug
Yeah.
her cyberly.
Yeah, separately,
a lot,
yes.
a lot of people from Hackaday stopped by. That was really good. Thank you all of our team members of Adafruit that help run the show behind the scenes. And thank you everyone who's in the chat room, and especially folks who are purchasing something. That's how we pay the bills here. We don't take ads or sponsorships or anything. So when you buy something, it actually keeps the lights on here. Had prize 10% off all the way up to 10% off all the way up to 11:59 p.m.
Are you in my NyQuil?
Yes.
Why are you drinking my NyQuil?
Because it's good.
Yum.
It made third grade completely go away. It just went away. It went away, and I felt so good for a while, but then it came back. And
That's
then
the problem. It doesn't last forever.
Yeah. And thank you again, Sophie. This is a lot of fun.
Cool.
Okay, we're gonna do what we normally do, is show a picture of MOSFET the cat, and then I'm gonna do moment of Zener, but I'm gonna do the making of video, and then we're gonna get out of here. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
See you next week.
How do I say that word? Tsunami? Tsunami. Tsunami. Last year, we put the call out to hardware hackers worldwide, and a tsunami of projects showed up. Good? Are we filming? Wait. I'm looking there and I'm looking here. Where am I looking?
Okay, you gotta do that. Look at Jacob.
We put the call out to hardware hackers worldwide. We put the call out to okay, stop smiling.
Yeah, we started the Hackaday Prize to return balance to the universe.
The Hackaday Prize will go to projects that come up with a clever solution to important problems. I actually hate that line.
Everyone else keeps getting older. And I keep staying the No, and they no.
Now we're going out to the desert where we're going to build some shit. So me, Brian, Mike, Jasmine, Alec, Matt, and Vilke and Rich. The world will not be the same tomorrow because we are making a moisture evaporator.
You can build something that reminds people to take their medicine, an automated garden, or an environmental monitoring.
Do that last one. Last time we sent you to space, but this time we want to make Earth an inviting place to return.
What's up? No, you can't hear anything out of this.
We're filming a launch video for the Hackaday Prize. It's going quite interesting because the camera stuff is getting learned right now. We are all learning how to be actors. We still didn't rehearse the lines, but we will soon. And Brian and I are sharing a sweaty spacesuit. It's like really weird.
Running for the Hackaday Prize. It's chasing us.
There's so much talent out there in basements, garages, cubicles, offices. What if we all started thinking about simple builds and focused on real problems?
People want to spend their time doing something that matters. This is your chance. Choose an issue that affects the world or your community and start working on a building block that will pave a path of change.
They should build cool shit.
Yes, he has them. Hold on. Dude.